here we are back in Zero Time Dilemma. And if you were to look at our flow chart, you'll notice everything seems to be neat and in order, except for this left branch. Now, in case you don't remember, this branch is when you have to choose whether or not to push the button to activate the kill showers, and all teams didn't. Now, if you notice, every team still has one locked out fragment, which I assume is going to be their endings. But I intend to do everything in one fell swoop. So yes, I already went here and looked around, and the fail routes aren't worth recording, so here we go. Force quit Team C.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
Ha! Enjoy my ass!
Well, at least everything went well. We now know that Q Team and D Team are safe.
Oh, so the votes were balanced.
You mean from back at 1330?
I'm pretty sure that's the moment.
So, what time is it now?
0003.
Does that mean we're in the new year?
The time on this watch is right? I guess so.
Whoa, but wait. What if time ended up going in reverse?
What are you talking about, Junpei?
I just thought that maybe that was the case. So, what do we do now?
This is becoming a regular thing.
Wanna play hoops?
There aren't any balls.
We can use Gab.
Junpei, you're really...
Then how about that box? Seriously, what the hell is this thing?
a force quit box.
I know that. I'm asking what exactly it's going to end.
Whatever it is, we can't do anything unless we have the password.
A password. Huh.
What is it, Carlos?
I feel like... I can almost remember.
What?
The password to open this box.
How do you know?
Just shut up for a second. I think the password has to be...
Okay, there's only a few passwords we have that we haven't used up until this point. So, Vive... O... D... A...
What the hell is this?
It looks like a device of some kind.
Hey, look! Something's appearing on the monitor.
To execute the force quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
Wait, did we ever see something like that in here?
If there isn't, then we're out of luck.
Dead end, huh?
So I believe you get that password in the video I marked as
Carlos,
Virtue's last reward.
How did you know that password?
I'm not sure.
What?
I don't know how I knew.
This is just a guess, but... Carlos, did you possibly shift from another timeline?
Wait, shift?
Shift. Shift. Oh, so it was like that then.
Hey, come on, you're the only one to figure it...
Sorry, just could you be quiet for a second? I need to think about something.
We've been sitting here for an hour, Carlos. Could you maybe share what you've been thinking about?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
I was thinking about you, Connie.
Me?
You're, well, to be blunt, really hot.
Huh?
We may never manage to make our way out of the shelter. You know what that means, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
What the hell are you getting at, you asshole?
Oh, look. A Neanderthal is trying to block my way.
What? Wait, what the hell?
Carlos! Ah! No! Please stop this!
Shut the fuck up! You bastard!
What the? Hey! Wait up! What the hell are you doing, Carlos?
I suppose I couldn't control myself.
You asshole!
What? Is that all you got?
What did you say?
That's the extent of your feelings for Akane? Huh?
Damn you!
That was a good one. Oh, I can tell you're finally getting fired up over this.
Shut the fuck up! You fucking asshole!
Carlos, are you all right?
Yeah, that was nothing. Anyway. Hey, man. What do you say to a drink?
What?
To clean the slate between us. Come on. This one will work fine? Ah, damn it. I blame you for this, Junpei. My hands are all shaky after your brutal punches. Sorry, but could you guys help me clean this up?
What the hell?
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Guys, it's almost time.
You're right.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
Okay, so that's that. In case you're wondering, I believe they went behind the bar because that's one of the spots where Zero can't actually see them. Carlos had to give them a reason to go over there without arousing too much suspicion, even though I wouldn't say he was very effective, to be honest. Time for the next code. Force quit Q.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are
They're just messing with us.
Well, this is good, though. Now we know no one's died so far.
So far. You make it sound like somebody will die at some point.
Isn't that obvious? We're all human.
Oh, come on. There's no way I'm dying of old age here.
Oh, but I guess the vote at 1330 went really well.
Sounds like everyone spread the votes out.
Wait, forget that for now. Look at your bracelets.
0003?
Not exactly a Happy New Year kind of mood, is it?
Yeah, there's nothing to be happy about.
There is! The death count is 0. That's plenty to be happy over. That being said, how about a celebratory shot?
Do you need to rub it in?
Oh, that's right. You're still a minor.
That's not what I meant at all.
His head. He's got a giant metal orb on his head, remember?
Oh, that thing. Well, don't you have some sort of mouth part to open?
No. Of course I don't. If it opened, it would have done that a long... It's open.
Huh?
Look, the box. The force quit box.
Let's check it out.
Why is it open?
And what's up with this weird device?
Huh, something's displayed on the monitor here.
It says, to execute the force quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
What if... maybe it's...
Hey! Where are you going? Where are we?
The map says we're in...
the quantum computer dome. The computers in here govern all the functions that run within the shelter.
Why do you know that?
I can't really tell you why, because I don't know.
What?
Anyway, I think they mean this when they say central control computer.
So, what about that thing?
Wait, I feel like I'm remembering something. I know.
Know what?
The way you start up the system. First, we need to get the cover off. There's no way we can insert the plug if we don't.
The plug?
Please, just shh. I think the number is...
Now, I don't remember offhand where we got this one. 083, and the last one is 2. So one thing I would like to point out about these is I would kind of liked there to be like some sort of significance to some of these numbers. This one actually has a bit of a palindrome thing going on until you insert the 2. 3808 and then 3808. This one kind of breaks the pattern, but I don't recognize any significance to the number offhand, so I don't know.
It opened!
Now all we have to do is insert the plug here.
So where is this plug?
I think... if we input the right numbers here...
What?
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question!
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are,
Okay, I guess I gotta put in two. This one came from the quantum computer room. 6 1 4 0 4 0 9
Are you kidding me? You're... Ah!
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it already?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot! For real? Could you maybe do something about it?
Is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
So this doesn't freak you out or anything at all?
I could say the same to you.
Well, not much phases me. I'm just not that type. You could have been a Martian for all I care.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant, it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
I remembered everything. When I saw what I looked like earlier. You see, my brain isn't located in this head. My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities. So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Oh, there's no way.
That I could do that? But it's possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing. There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind. It's more or less suggesting a human brain is a form of quantum computer. If a specific set of conditions are met, then you too can
jump to other histories?
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe me?
Of course not!
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
What did you just do?
Just a little something.
Nothing changed. Huh.
That we can see. But it looks like the message changed.
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. What does that even mean?
Wait, it seems like there's something else.
The key items are...
A mother's mementos?
I wonder what those could be.
So, this is saying we need to find them?
Does that mean they're hidden around here somewhere?
Even if that's true, I don't think we have the time.
Damn. Guess our time's up.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
So that completes their force quit segment. And I kind of have to admit, Eric with the whole "you don't have a heart" sounds a little racist, don't you think? Discriminating against Silicon people. How disgusting. But anyway, the final one is... Damn. Here we go. So yeah, let's move forward. Then this should unlock the final set of fragments. Force quit Team D. And for the mementos, you have to think back to the transporter room puzzle. Well, the very last scenes there that I put in the video.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
Hey, excuse me, but can you maybe call a cab? We have a lost child here.
Who are you talking about?
Well, best to get her home soon. Her mother must be worried. And
You know better than anyone that I don't have one.
good God.
0003. We're in the new year now?
So it's no longer 2028, but
January 1st, 2029. Our memories end after we voted at 1330.
now we're stuck with a 10-hour blank gap.
Were we really asleep that whole time? We might have woken up several times since then, but we've only forgotten about it.
Because of the drugs.
Hey look, the box.
Box?
The Force Quit box.
Why is it open?
No idea.
There's text displayed on the monitor.
Force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. How about that?
Wait, I think there's more to the message.
Each is a mother's memento. A mother's memento?
Diana, does any of that ring a bell for you?
No!
Hey, what's wrong?
My head! My head! No. That can't be!
What is it?
Did you remember something?
But if that's true, then the key items we need to insert are...
You also get a little bit of clue from the shapes there. So the daughter was given and the son was given if you notice, this is one of the few times where you actually have a space key, which kind of clues you in that it's needed.
Diana?
What's gotten into you?
Fi. Oh, Fi.
What? No. Diana, you're...
Sigma.
You don't have to say anything. This is enough for now.
Bigger on the inside unlocked. So let's take a look at the flowchart before we move on in. So I wonder, are all of these the same fragment, as in whichever one we click on doesn't really matter? And I kind of want to say yes because they're all together and there's only 4 circles here. So here we go. Time to confront brother. Final decision.
I knew it! Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
Carlos.
Akane, Junpei.
Amira and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too. Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Then you're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning. First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Ben,
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
He what? It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the result of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
and after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening. You were the one who named me, Diana. It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Kane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back and forth many many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances. Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
Mm-mm. I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Mind hack?
I am able to read other people's minds. I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads. That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection,
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this? Because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904? And then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times is simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We have gone off topic. Yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Gold Star. This is the reason I have my mind abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. DT, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Our decisions will bring you to life.
That is what the decision game will have. So that the Phi and me here now would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
I already told you. My motives are complex.
What? Wait, there's more?
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fuck, no!
It's over.
Of all the people to give the shotgun to,
May be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. You're Bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean,
access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the Force Quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
No!
Why would you?
Gab's been... Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Shaw.
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack.
We already know that.
But I have not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing that I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other...
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
Well, what should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it.
We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then... we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive.
Do you mean...
The history, where we won the coin toss.
3 minutes until explosion.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea.
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
What?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers. Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have two choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. Final decision game.
So I believe the third option is to not choose. We'll see how this plays out. Well, that's stupid. Then again, kind of falls in line with most of the other parts of the game. So D, Q, and C team subject reports unlocked. Because in reality, they should be able to go to an earlier time, like when DCOM first started, and may be able to make these changes. I don't understand why they only have to choose between these two, when there's actually a lot more routes open to them. Payoff Part 2.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Must have worked.
Life is unfair, don't you think?
You bastard.
17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did. Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Would you just quit talking nonsense?
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind happy. In effect, the me you know is a different person, the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. Why? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Vi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6. There is only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
Religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Fine?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira. You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex. Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved. Does that upset you? Are you angry that your life was played with? Very well. I will give all of you one last choice. With that gun there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be? Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Mountain of Knowledge unlocked. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but don't you think the happier ending would have been if Sigma finally stepped up to the father plate and just spanked the hell out of Zero? Finally put him in his place? Come on, I can't be the only one thinking that, right? I mean, 124 was 125 years old. He's long overdue. I mean, hell, that might be how Sigma loses his arms in this timeline. And I can't skip these, they have to play out. So yeah, all this is leading into a fourth game, which they need to step up after this one. I pointed out some of the plot holes in the other games. Like, another one that kind of came up during this timeline, if you were paying attention, was that only 2 cards were used by the Q team. So they recognized that Delta was not there. And he was supposed to have been a member of their team the entire time. Wow, lots of people with the last name Aram. So, right there's another bit. You could try to argue that somehow this timeline is different or something, but I'm not buying it. Right there is the proof that there were multiple riders involved on this one. I was told that each one of them was responsible for riding a different route. I don't know which one handled which route. But Q Teams is a mess, as I explained with the whole picture puzzle, the Radical 6 puzzle. Those two kind of don't explain Delta's presence, and he is there during the library because he gets shot in one of the endings. Otherwise, for the puzzles, they themselves weren't actually any different than what I was expecting. It's just par for the course for the most part. I don't really have any complaints here or there. For the flowchart, that played out very similarly to Virtue's Last Reward. The one thing I did not like were how the fragments were arranged. I would have preferred to go start at the top of one tree and work my way down rather than going here and there and all over the place. They tried to use the whole amnesia drug effect of Soap World to kind of explain why that happened, but it's just not necessary. I guess part of it is to try to explain the watches, because you're not allowed to start any puzzle as the D team. If I remember correctly, it's only C and Q that are allowed to play because their watches are set ahead of D teams. I guess that might have set off red flags for someone, but as you start to fill in the timeline anyway, you can notice that, so even that isn't much of a reason. In the end, all the X-passes were meaningless. They just gave you clues about the various characters. Like, Self and Age were part of Q's or Delta's line, even though some of these, I would say, don't quite line up to his. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be surveillance or what exactly. I think Dream is also another one of his. I guess his dream was to save the world or something. I don't know. I'm grasping, to be honest. And then the whole, like, Eric never really amounted to anything, I'm afraid. Like, he was there, but he was pretty much just there for ambience. He didn't really contribute much of anything. He pretty much cried, he pulled the trigger, I guess, but had he not been here, the game would not have changed in any significant way. And then Mira, her significance, of course, is just being Zero's accomplice. He can't do everything on his own. He needed at least one extra set of hands. It might have made a little bit more sense if maybe Eric were in on it, but then you'd have plot holes when he goes all irrational. But otherwise, yeah. In my opinion, this is definitely a step down from the previous games. And since it's no longer a trilogy, we have to see how the fourth game plays out. I don't really know how a non-air game can come into play with a nuclear holocaust, but we'll see. The final decision unlocked. CQDN2. Zero escape and shifter unlocked. So that was a lot of achievements there. Now if you look, here's our completed flowchart. One thing I said in one of the descriptions is you should be able to place these at the start of every tree. So this one would be where C team died, this one would be where Q team died, and this one would be where D team died, this one being where all survived. There's really no reason to have these all the way up here, but Yeah, not a perfect game by any means, and definitely the weakest of the trilogy. By the way, if there's anything else to say, I'll post that in the description. I'll try to address things in comments because I imagine some people will want to talk about some stuff. We'll see. And last but not least, in case you're wondering about the game time, there actually were stretches where I had to leave this on and couldn't play, so it does not take you 24 hours to beat. I'd actually have to look at the raw files, but I'm assuming it's somewhere probably around 18, maybe 17, 18 hours. But yeah, I'm not satisfied, not in the slightest. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.